have your friends try to lure you into one of those silly ice baths? Well, maybe they have a point. Dr. Jessica Tranchina, the founder of Generator Athlete Lab, is here to talk to us about the latest science because she's really into this stuff on cold exposure. Dr. Jess, good morning.
Good morning, Rosie. Great
what
to
do
be
we
here.
mean by cold exposure? I told you, you were like, what do people know? And I was like, my people who don't go to the gym every day are aware now that there are some benefits to cold exposure, but what it actually means by definition and how we should be doing it and what the benefits therein might be, this is what we want to hear from someone who has a PhD.
Thank you so much. And you know I nerd out on this stuff. It's my life's work. That's my background, physical therapy. Passion is wellness. So it's a joy for me to share anything that I learn here with you all, if it can help you in any way. Cold exposure is simply the act of exposing oneself to cold. Water is a greater thermal conductor than air. So if you go outside, it's 45, 50 degrees, it's brisk. You go inside water, that's 45 or 50 degrees, you're really cold. It penetrates 25% greater than air.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, we'll start there. So what I mean
Makes
by
me think of the Titanic.
yeah, it must have been really cold.
Jack was really cold.
He was cold.
Okay.
So yes, so in for all intents and purposes, today we're going to be talking about thermal conducting. So water penetration, cold plunging, cold showers, specifically cold plunging because we're in that thermal layer for several minutes.
And
so
3 minutes is kind of like
I like that. That's
the ding the bell.
yes.
I
ding the bell.
tried once, y'all. I did get in the thermal ice bath or whatever, and my brain exploded. And I got back. No, I didn't. I didn't stay. My friend was
there.
breathing deeply. He got
Yes.
through all 3 minutes beautifully. It was incredible to watch, but I was
Rosie,
shivering
I will
outside.
talk you through your first cold plunge, and you will make it 3 minutes.
Okay.
Because you will hear the benefits that I've researched
Yeah.
and cited here, and you'll say to yourself, you know what, that's worth it. I'm going to do that.
Okay, let's talk
So
about
let's run
the
through 'em.
first benefit, which is reducing inflammation. A big one for, ex-athletes, anybody who's starting to age, our diets, that sort of thing.
Delayed onset muscle soreness, we're all trying to work out. It's a simple act of decreasing inflammation. Joints, any kind of injury, and inflammation from anywhere, it is the most potent way to decrease inflammation naturally.
Wow, okay, all right. How about improving mental health? This one was a surprise to me.
That one's my favorite one, and it's going to that one's also going to tie into some hormones and immune function. So I might talk about all those three together. The mental health benefits are so vast. The moment you get into a cold plunge, you elevate cortisol, actually, which is not great. It's your epinephrine, your norepinephrine, your fight or flight, your sympathetic nervous system. But then once you stay in it for a few seconds, you calm down. You go into the parasympathetic nervous system, and your body goes into rest and digest. And that is where you've got this triple effect happening. The number one, we talked about the immune system. The immune system boost, mental health, we'll talk about too, but let's talk about immune system. It releases white blood cells, leukocytes. The white blood cells go out and they kill all the damaged tissue. At the same time, concurrent to all that, endorphin, serotonin are increasing. That's your mental health,
The
your
good
mood.
stuff. Yep.
And then people are like, oh, but I've heard it's bad for my hormones. I'm a woman. Yeah, it's bad for your hormones if you get in a 30-degree tub for 15 minutes.
Okay.
That's going to mess up your hormones because it is going to tax your cortisol, which it's a physiological stress response, right? We're stressing out in there. Not if you're in 45 to 59 degree water for 3 minutes. That's not going to affect you long term. In fact, the benefits for your hormones will be far outweigh.
Okay, we are going to touch a little bit more on the women's health piece of this as we go along, but let's talk about, you touched on our immune system. How about cardiovascular health as well?
Absolutely. Another benefit I will never give up, the heart health. So how can you make your heart stronger? It pumps. How can you make it pump? Vasodilation and vasoconstriction, narrowing and widening of your vessels. How do you do that? Exposing yourself to extreme temperatures.
Okay.
Bump, 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 bump. And then your heart has to flex like a muscle, doesn't it? Get stronger.
You can sell me on anything. Dr. Jess is so passionate about what she does. Okay, and then let's kind of tie all that together when we're talking about hormonal health, mental health, specifically for women, because basically you hear from a lot of clients and folks who are coming to you now and saying, hey, wait a minute, I'm starting to hear maybe cold exposure isn't good for ladies.
Yes, and I love Dr. Stacy Sims. I will follow her and follow her research. She has put out, oh, this is really tough for women, and women maybe shouldn't be doing cold exposure. I disagree. I'm going to debunk that a little bit, because I do believe, first of all, listen to your body. If that day you don't want to do it, doesn't matter what protocol I give you, don't do it. Right? We're very sensitive and know what our bodies need. That said, if we bump that notch up a little bit to the upper 40s and high 50s and decrease our exposure down to 3 minutes, and we do that 2 to 3 times a week, the benefits far outweigh anything. And you're not taxing your hormones too much. In fact, you're balancing your hormones.
Okay, interesting. And I'm glad you brought up the word protocol, because that's something that y'all use at Generator Athlete Lab. So talk to me about, as a co-founder of this space, what it is y'all aim to do.
We aim to have a science-backed protocol, taking the thinking out of any kind. You don't have to think about anything when you come in. It's a protocol that you do, 30 minutes in the sauna, 3 minutes in the cold, 3 minutes in the hot, where we contrast back and forth for 3 rounds. We have compression, lymphatic compression, vibration, and red light therapy, all proven in a science-backed way to do all the things we just talked about: decrease inflammation, improve heart health, longevity, immune function, hormone health, mental health.
So is this for, folks who are athletes? Could this be for the everyday person?
That's who we primarily see.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
That's seriously, that's why I do it these days. And so when I heard all that research for women, I said, were you kidding? That's what gets me through my day.
Okay.
Is the cold exposure. It helps my mental and it balances my mood. So it's tremendously beneficial for me personally.
And if you just want to start, right, you can just run your shower cold right at the end of it.
That's what I tell people. Do a contrast shower.
Okay.
Cold, hot, and just start there and see how you feel.
And eventually you'll work up to those 3 minutes. Let's try. Okay, and just real quickly, a quick way to calm ourselves that is science-backed.
Science-backed,
and you don't have to talk yourself into it. It's all just physical.
Less than 5 seconds, fun fact. You do it unconsciously in your sleep. Dogs do it right before they go to sleep. It's going to be a double inhale with an exhale. We'll do it together. And it is the quickest science-backed way to calm both your body and your mind. Let's do it together.
Okay.
We're in.
Oh, that feels really good. Dr. Jess, you're so great. Thank you so much. Guys, learn more about Dr. Jess's work and book a day pass or a tour at generatorathletelab.com.